Hey guys, finally filming YouTube video number 3 on my little iPhone. So, quality may not be amazing, but the content's hopefully decent. So at this point, I promised myself, ooh, that's a good stretch, doing a pigeon stretch on my table. I promised myself that I would make a YouTube about the Arnolds, and I was like, maybe I'll do like a road leading up to the Arnolds. And guys, I'm 7 days from competing, so this is gonna be just one big fat video at this point. It's not gonna be like, oh, multiple videos. Like, no, we're too close for me. But I will say, I am only pushing myself to do this because I've had many people reach out to me in the past, and I actually vlogged my water cut just on Instagram stories before. Like every single day I was like, this is how much water I'm drinking, here's my macros, or like here's how much sodium I'm having, here's the food I'm eating, etc. And it helped people just have an idea of what a water cut was. Not that water cutting is for everyone, it's absolutely not, and most people don't need it. But as a high level powerlifter who sits above their weight class, and I'm very competitive in my weight class, I do it. So day 1 is Sunday. We're 7 days out from the Arnold Pro meet. And if you can hear Powerlifting America in the background, because it just turned on, it's 1 o'clock Eastern time, so I'm gonna be watching that while I work and program. But I'm drinking 2 gallons of water today. I use Crystal Light. I use Crystal Light to flavor the water. That's a huge hack, guys. Like, flavor your water, because drinking 2 gallons of water a day is ridiculous. It's ridiculous, right? So I can't get through it with just water. I used to do it that way without thinking about the fact that I could flavor it, and it was hell. It was torture. It was terrible. So flavor your water. I'm having 2 gallons of water. I'm hitting my personal macros are 230 carb, 65 fat, and 170 protein. But I'll be honest, I've been hitting like 150. Whatever. And that's just been my macros in general. And so if they change, I'll let you know. I have been doing a very small cut. Like, I was sitting around 155 a month ago. So now I'm on 151. No, I'm on 152.2 starting my cut, my water cut. And my weight class is 148.5. So it's a very easy cut, 3.7 pounds to lose, no problem whatsoever. I probably won't be adjusting my macros at all. I probably won't be going higher fat, lower carb for less water weight. I'm probably not going to do any sort of gut cutting, really. I may have slightly more ice cream than usual, because denser foods, aka foods that are high calorie but low in volume, like ice cream, as opposed to having like, what's an example? Ice cream. If I have a cup of ice cream, that might be 400 calories. I could also have a protein shake and a banana and half an orange, and that's 400 calories. One's a lot more food, it's a lot more volume, it's more stuff, so it's gonna be more take up more weight in my body. One is tiny, it's dense, it's like a cup of ice cream. I'm not gonna weigh much more as long as I hit the macros. So that's just another hack or a tip, like using higher dense foods that are high calorie helps with the water cut. All that rambling being said, that's it for today. I'm gonna drink this water. Hopefully I remember to come back here at night and let you know I finished it. It's 1 o'clock and I haven't gotten that far clearly. So I've done a bad job because it's day 1 and I haven't been focused on it, but I'm going to focus on it right now. So that's it. I'll see y'all later. Good morning, everybody. It's Monday. It's Monday, February 27th. What's on my face? No, that is literally just an acne scar. I thought it was on my face. Anywho, so woke up today, weighing on 151.4, already down by like 0.8 pounds. I'd be forgetting like how fast my body loses weight on a water cut. We'll see. It might spike back up again, honestly. Who knows? I'm not concerned, because I always make weight. I've never had stress about making weight. I've never not made weight like at least the day before the competition. Oh no, I had prep once where like I woke up the morning of, but the day before I was over. Anywho, so yeah, here we are. Today is 2 gallons of water, regular macros, same as yesterday, 230 carb, 65 fat, 170 protein. I hit 155 last night. As long as I hit my body weight in protein, I really don't care about the extra. Like, I'm all for, I asked my nutrition coach, Natalie, I asked her to give me a higher protein amount in the past. I was like, I like the allowance of having more protein. Because whenever I eat like a little bit extra protein, my body weight still stays pretty close to relatively the same. But I like hardly ever hit it. I have to be really hungry to like push myself to have the extra 15 grams protein. Like, I'd be starving, and it's gotta be like, I'm about to go to sleep at 11 p.m. I'm like, oh my God, I'm dying. So now I go have like egg whites. Anywho, so yeah, that's where we're at for today. Yeah. Hope you like the hoodie. Good company. Got to spend with the Sacramento to referee and meet for game day barbell. That was fun. Cute hoodie, I like it. But yeah, so today I leave on Thursday. So today's agenda, we're not training. So I'm training Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'll give you insight on what those workouts look like as days go on. And I will actually put in here. So I guess I'll put it in now, or maybe I would have showed it earlier by this point for the YouTube video. Y'all, prep. So you prep. By this point, you probably saw I failed my final squat. Let me explain to you why I failed it. I'm freaking stupid. So I always, like, I look back at my last like 4 or 6 weeks. Like, my last warm-up set is typically 10 or 12.5 kilos at most of a jump to the top set. Tell me why I took a 17.5 kilo jump. I went from 170 to 187. Now, that made no sense. I should have done 170, 175, and then taken the jump to 187, 12.5 kilo, or done 170, 177.5, taking a 10 kilo jump. That would make more sense. But in my mind, I was just so used to hitting 3 reds, which is 170 without kilo plates, without the collars. I was so used to hitting that and then just going for my top set. But my top sets were obviously lower. And like, it's crazy because I'm a coach and I always like, I'm paying attention to my clients' warm-ups, and I'll tell them like, you know, let's try to keep our jumps consistent, especially as we are meet prep. But I learned this about myself. Whenever I get like to the end of a meet prep, I just think less. Like, I just don't use the same logic. It's like I get dumb. I do this a lot. And looking back, like I typically, I don't always fail my squat, but like I think I might have failed my last squat before Mega Nationals. Or if I didn't, it was the Arnolds. One of those two. It's just when I never fail squats unless it's the last heavy one before I compete. And now that I'm seriously thinking about it, and I slept in it for days now, I'm like, I always like don't pay attention to the last warm-up set before I hit the top set squat for my heaviest squat. And I'm just like, what the hell is wrong with me? I don't know. So don't be like me, because I should know better. I've been doing this for 8 years. I'm a coach. This is stupid. I don't let my clients do it. I'm more like I guess I'm a do as I say, not as I freaking do person now, which is terrible. But yeah, that's where we're at with that. So let me stop rambling. I'll see you guys later. Hello. Okay, so at this point it's 6 o'clock on Tuesday. Completely forgot about logging the water. About talking to you guys about the water log. So real quick, today's exactly the same as yesterday. 2 gallons of water. I'm only 1 gallon in at 6 p.m. God help me. I really need to be done with a gallon by like 2 to be in a good spot. But I had meetings today and it just screwed me. I could not drink the water I needed to drink while being outside at, like, I just had stuff to do that required me not drinking water and peeing every 5 minutes. So yeah, here we are. Plus I did a podcast recording. So I was like trying not to have to pee during that. So yeah, we're gonna make it, but it's gonna be rough. Definitely had to pee a lot tonight while I'm sleeping. That sucks, but it is what it is. Macros are the same. 230 carb, 65 fat, and then protein 170. Again, we gonna hit like 160. I'm on par to hit 160. That's why I tracked in my app. So yeah, that's where we're at. I woke up today at 151.4 again. So I'm going to say this now. I think I'll weigh in at like I'll wake up, morning weight will be like 147.6. That's my guess. And I'm going to eat. Or I won't eat. I don't know. We'll see. I want to weigh in like right at 148. Because my weight class is 148.5. So I want to be close to that number. I don't want to be too light because I need to be heavier to squat. But we'll see what happens. All right. till tomorrow. I'm supposed to be taking my weight every night. I have failed so far Sunday, Monday. Did not take my weight at night. Completely forgot. So let's see. I put a reminder in my phone. Will I actually do it? I'll let you know in the next clip. Good morning from me and my favorite cat. Hello. Okay, so it's Wednesday. I woke up at 150 flat, already losing weight. At this point, I'm going to need to increase my calories going into meet day probably, because I don't want to wait too late. Because I'm only 1.5 pounds away, and I still, like, I haven't even started the part where you drink less water to lose the weight. Like, so I know I should increase my calories, but watercress are so fun. They're so fun. Anywho, today is 2.2 gallons of water. 2.2. No, I'm gonna be honest with you. Don't tell Natalie. Okay, I've been drinking like 1.85 gallons of water. Like, I have not been finishing the last bit. So today might just be 2 gallons, not 2.2. Because I know I'll lose the weight. So I'm not stressed. It's funny because, like, I know my body very, very well. Very, very well. But, like, of course, I invest in a coach because I don't want to do all the thinking myself. And I love Natalie. She's been doing great. But, like, sometimes I'll just do, like, slightly less than she says for water because I know I'll make weight. This happened last time I had a nutrition coach, and she was stressing out because, like, I was over, actually, the day before. I was like, I'm going to lose 1.5 pounds overnight. Like, don't stress. She was like, you need to sweat. You need to, like, rest. I was like, I need to just chill out and go to sleep. Like, I don't need to do anything. And I woke up under. Anywho, so let me start rambling. Today's 2.2 gallons of water. Woke up with 150.0 pounds. Macros are 225 carbs, so like barely less carbs, and then 65 fat, 170 protein. I have been hitting 160 to 165 protein, so I'm proud of myself for that. Cause I always hit like 150 to 155 normally. So yeah, those are today's macros. We are down to our last 3 training sessions. So today is the bench press day. Tomorrow, I deadlift? Yeah, I deadlift. And then my last session is Friday, where I bench press. And I'll be at the Arnold's. I get to Ohio tomorrow, so it's gonna be a good week. I'm rooming with Sam Calhoun. You'll see her. I got a vlog all the way till I'm done with the water cut, so you'll see her. And I'll be doing a lot this weekend. I'll be commentating and stuff, so you will have seen some clips of that probably at this point, because I'm putting this out after I commentate and everything. But it's gonna be a fun weekend. It's my first time commentating before I compete, and I'm not nervous. I'm kind of at a point where, like, I used to do overkill. Like, okay, before you compete, yes, you can go see the venue, and because it's the freaking Arnold Sports Festival, but, like, I was like, I'll be back in my hotel super early. I need to, like, not be doing too much. And yes, you should chill and rest before you compete for sure. But, like, I am going to commentate the afternoon on Friday, and then Saturday, 2 sessions, because of the biggest sessions, the pro amateur and then the pro finale. And I should be done commentary by like 6 p.m. at the latest, and I compete 10 a.m. on Sunday. So I will definitely, right after I'm done commentating, go to my room and chill. But like, this is me last year. I'd be like, oh my God, I can't commentate. I have to compete the next day. And I realized, like, wait, I love powerlifting. I'm going to go watch it anyways. Why am I watching it from my laptop when I'm here? Or if I go watch it in person, now I'm watching it in person, but I couldn't handle sitting down in front of a microphone talking about the meet while I watch it. So yeah, I'm excited to commentate, even though I will say, if it's like it was last year, you're kind of stuck in this small room in the back. You can't see the actual event. You have to watch from a monitor. So it's kind of like sad, because like I want to see it like everyone else, see the crowd's reactions. Like, the setup is not great unless they change it. I hope they do. But regardless, I'm stoked. So that's it for today. Of course, I forgot to take my weight last night. Why would I actually remember? On what planet do I actually remember to do what I'm supposed to do? So poor Natalie. I think she gave up on that. Like, I'm not giving my weight at night because I forget. Anywho, so yeah, that's it for now. See you tomorrow. What's up, everyone? I'm officially at the Arnold's. It's Thursday. It is 2:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I left my business phone on the freaking plane. So yeah, I filled the report. I'm trying to figure out if I can somehow get it before I fly home It's a whole thing. I'm pissed at myself. I am so annoyed. I'm just thankful that I left the less. I mean, that phone was important because all my athletes contact me there. But my personal phone is like my life. So if that was gone, I'd be a wreck. So anywho, here we are. Okay, so today is 1.5 gallons of water. My macros are 225 carbs, 70 fat, and then 170 protein. And that's fiber is supposed to be dropped down. So it's like fiber's just has to be like less than 20 grams. But I'll be honest, I'm like hitting 15 to 20 grams on average anyways, which is not great, but here we are. So it's really the same fiber I've been having for a while. But tomorrow and the next day is like no fiber, which really just means I'll cut out vegetables and I'll just be careful what fruits I have so we have less fiber. I weighed 150 even again today, and so tomorrow I'm hoping to be like 149.5, and that puts me in an excellent spot because then Saturday I'll either be at weight or just above it. And so long as I'm like a pound if I'm not more than like a pound over on Saturday, I feel fine because I always lose more weight the night before I compete because I drink the least amount of water. So that's where I'm at. No sodium tomorrow, the next day. Today is like regular sodium, which means like I can add salt to my food, but I'm not trying to intentionally have a bunch of sodium. I'm sharing my room with Sam Calhoun, so that's cool. Good friend of mine. And yeah, that's where we're at today. So this is day 5 of the water cut. And yeah, and I brought my scale with me, of course, so I can weigh myself daily. I'm going to see if I can get on the meat scale in this like tomorrow, and then hopefully I would have weighed myself out on my scale recently to that, so I can compare the scales. You never know if your scale runs heavy or light, and I've had athletes where they're weighing themselves and their scale is running like 1 to 2 pounds lighter, which is horrible. My scale typically is either right on point or it's running heavy, which is good because then I weigh in. Like I have literally before weighed on this scale, but like, great, I'm a half pound under, and then weighed in 20 minutes or like an hour later and I'm like a full pound under. So yeah, it's a benefit, but also I'm trying not to be too light. So there's always that. So we'll see what happens. Keep y'all posted on if I get the phone back. I pray I do, because I filled out that report like an hour after getting off the plane. So I'm like, how could y'all not find it? But yeah, that's where we're at. Okay. See ya. Oh yeah, and I've still yet to take my weight at night because I suck. I keep forgetting to do it. Yeah, okay. See you guys tomorrow. Hey guys. Okay, so I'm home. And at this point, the meet has passed. So we're going to finish out everything I did for my water cut. And then I'm going to show you guys clips of my competition. So last thing I said was Thursday. So Friday, 1 gallon of water. At this point, I made sure to I wasn't intentionally eating a lot of salt at all, but I made sure to not add any salt to my food. Kept my macros about exactly the same, actually. So I'll show them on the screen, but the same. Saturday, we had a half gallon of water. This is when we really adjusted my eating to make it much higher fat. And I also ate more, or I had more liquid calories. And so all the liquids that I had contributed to my water count. So on Saturday, I remember I had a protein shake. I was drinking these little applesauce Mott's things that I had. I ate like sausage that was really high in fat. And then from there, I had some ice cream. I had like a decent serving, probably about 2 servings of Ben & Jerry's, maybe like a half of a pint. Because again, very high calorie. And I basically drank it because my hotel had a fridge, not a freezer. So I drank that. And then besides that, yeah, it's pretty much all I ate for a day. I think I definitely did also had some beef jerky. That was my whole day. Did not hit my exact macros, but I'll show them out here on the screen what I actually did hit, which is very similar to what I was supposed to hit, but very high fat and then lower in carbs and still trying to hit protein, but we did not fully hit our protein. But at that point, I had gotten back to my hotel a little bit later in the evening, like 6:30 p.m., because I've been commentating all day, and I left during the bench press of the pro finale, or I left after bench press for a pro finale, so I stopped commentating, got to my room so I could chill out. So at that point, it was just like, okay, I had to weigh in at 7 a.m. I did not want to keep eating when it was like almost getting close to 7 o'clock, 12 hours out, so that's why I didn't finish my macros. But yeah, And then we have meet day. So before I rolled the clips for meet day, it was a very successful meet, but also eating wise, I'll just tell you what I kind of did, because eating on meet day was perfect and I felt good the entire day. So I weighed in. I'll tell you how much I weighed in at right here. I think, I was 67.1 kilos, I believe, but I'm gonna double check that. And then from there, all I did was have almost one full Pedialyte, and I mixed a tri-oral packet in that. Then I had my turkey, sausage, egg, and cheese on a bagel. So I ate most of that because sandwiches do really well for me. I can eat a sandwich and feel full and really good and squat. I do that often, so I eat foods that work for me. If you've never done that before, don't start doing it. And then besides that, I had a lot of pretzels. I drank water. I didn't drink any more Pedialyte from there. I drank water. I had 2 energy drinks throughout the day before squat, and then I finished my second one before I deadlifted. And yeah, I just had applesauces. I had 2 applesauces, pretzels, and that was really all I ate. I had a banana. That was it. But yeah, like I felt really good throughout the entire meet. It was a pretty short meet. I think it was done like 2.5 hours. And that was it. Like just making sure that I prioritized carbohydrates, had some protein, but didn't really care how much kind of protein I had, and just easy, fast digesting carbs like applesauce, pretzels are fast digesting carbs, bagels, white bread's gonna digest faster, and again for me, keeps me really satiated and feeling really good. Drinking carbohydrates in my Pedialyte, definitely very helpful. Having the electrolytes from the Pedialyte, having the salts in that, having salt in my bagel, right? Salty pretzels. So that's all the stuff that had me feeling really good on meet day.
Solana Lewis doing the thing, 182.5 kilos. Let's get it, Solana. Talk to me nice.
There we go. Big. Three
white lights. Because you know what? She said 2 wasn't enough.
Yeah, she needed the extra one.
We need 1 more.
She said enough ad reads. Enough ad reads.
Enough ad reads, all right? We're good here. Solana Lewis. If you didn't know before, you know now.
I'm so happy.
That high tension in the legs too. It's just, and especially when you're in that arch position, you actually do kind of have yourself very susceptible to having the hips pop up. So it is a tough thing to maintain. But obviously, if you can maintain it, it's a great technique. Solana Lewis, 92.5 kilos on the bar, bench press second attempt in the Hyper V's, a woman of culture.
There we go. There we go. There we go. Come on. Come on.
There's a fight on that
now
one.
That's how you get through.
I want to see the call
point.
here.
3 white lights. That's how you get through a sticking point. I wouldn't be shocked if she just let that be her last bench.
Yeah.
Get some more rest going into deads.
Yeah, and actually that was what I was going to ask you there, Brendan. So as a coach, you saw a little bit of a struggle there. You know that Solana is about doing the business of powerlifting. She does it off the platform, but let me tell you a little something about what she's about to do here on the platform. She's trying to pull for a podium spot.
That's right.
Let's get it.
451 pounds to secure this third place
15-kilo jump here.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Solana Lewis.
Smooth. Let's go. There we go, Solana.
Let's see the call.
3 white lights. Solana, easy work with 451 with the tongue sticking
out
out
and everything.
She's like, ah.
Give it to me.
I love it.
Solana Lewis pulling for a podium spot. Gutsy stuff here. Not just doing it behind the mic, doing it on the platform.
That's right.
Make sure to post that one on Instagram. We love to see it.
Okay, so now you've seen all of my lifts. It was a very successful meet, even though I did not hit every single goal I had set for myself. I'm extremely proud of my performance. So going into this meet, just a little recap. If you go on my Instagram, you'll see I posted me failing my final squat a week out from the Arnold's. It was 413, failed it really badly. The spotters also failed me. Well, let's not talk about that. And it definitely put my head in like a weird spot where I tried to kind of like tell myself I'd be fine. It's no big deal. And like, even though I was lying to myself and pretending like I was fine, I was like, oh my God, like such a perfect prep, and ending it on a bad note just sucked, right? So going into meet day, I will not lie. Even though my warm-ups flew, my squats, like when it was time to squat, I felt so nervous. And I was like, what the hell? Like, I have been competing for 8, almost 9 years. Like, why am I still nervous when I squat? And then in my last meet, I was not that nervous when I squatted, even though I failed my third squat attempt. So that was frustrating. I ended up the day with, I'm gonna give you pounds, but you saw the numbers in kilos, 402 pounds. Now, I really wanted 413, but after failing it, I knew that the most we could possibly go for is 413, but I was probably gonna go 407. The second squat, I was moving so shakily that we went 402. It was a good call from my coach Brad. I personally, what was I gonna say? Oh yes, one thing he told me was, okay, you're not taking a big enough inhale. You normally take a really big breath, and that's gonna help you have like more space in your hips when you go into your squat. Because I kept getting a one red leg from one side judge who was super strict, because even though it wasn't as deep as my normal squat, I squat ass to grass. So that squat was still below parallel for sure, not borderline, but he was giving me a red. That was not helping me with my confidence. So he was like, take a bigger breath and you'll feel better. Third squat moved the best at every squat, and I was like, wow, like, okay, it's literally, I changed my breathing like a moron on meet day. It was out of nervousness. It wasn't like I tried to, so it's not the end of the world. This is very normal. I shouldn't call myself a moron. This is normal for my athletes. They'll all of a sudden you get nervous and you do something different you've never done. But yeah. But still, that was a 2.5 kilo meet PR. That's the lift that I failed at nationals. So I was happy to at least get that and be squatting officially in the 400s. Plus, it's the first of 3 meets this year, so it's okay. Bench press, y'all. Let me roll right now the bench I missed. I'm at 8 for 9, so here's my only missed attempt.
Powerlifting pro.
And she actually did opt to go up 2.5 kilos for this attempt. So, you know, her and her coach Brad must have saw something, and maybe have tweaked something and get this extra 2.5 kilos to help this total.
If anyone has it, it's Solana Lewis. Brad doesn't put anything on the bar he doesn't believe she can't do.
That's right.
She needs the juice. Oh, a little oscillation there. Good fight.
Good fight. Good
Let's
fight.
see the call.
Up and down movement.
A little up and down there. So.
And she walked away. She saw it. She knew it.
That's
but
fine.
The thing is, strength-wise, this looked like a good call. So
yeah,
hey.
It looks like the butt popped up a little bit there, and that's okay. Again, not a big deal. In this case, now.
Up and down, bro. I was so sad. I don't even know what happened. My coach said my wrist moved funny and like it rolled, and that's what caused it. I was like, oh. But obviously the strength is there, which is why I was so pissed. But still, I hit the 203, which is the lift I missed at nationals. So I'm like, all right, at least we redeemed and we're squatting and we're benching in the 200s now. That's good, because my bench is what holds me back right now currently from being one of the top in my weight class, to be honest. Because people in my weight class are benching like an average of 240. So I'm like, wow, okay, so we'll get 208. And then deadlifts. This is what made the meet for me. We had a top end of 451, but I went into this meet thinking the best I'm gonna do is 440, because that's what I hit in training. And deadlifts don't normally show up like that on meet day, but we made some changes. So let me tell you the secrets from only my deadlift changes. So last nationals, I hurt my back failing the last squat, and I just didn't feel good. I'm not injured, but just like, yo, just like when I failed my squat a week out, like my whole right side tightened up. I was like, yo, I don't feel good. Like, the last thing I want to do is deadlift heavy. So my coach dropped the opener, and we took 15 kilo jumps, because we were going to take like 7.5 kilo jumps. We were like, okay, we're going to drop the opener, make sure you stay in the meet, and then just take big jumps, because we don't want to like have you end out with some ridiculously low deadlift. And my last deadlift, which was like 429, I think. No, 424. It flew at nationals last year. It flew. It was like, I was never hurt. It was ridiculous. It was like, oh my God, we left 10 kilos at least on the platform. We were like, wait, that's the secret for you. Big jumps. So kind of like what the Stool Fester preaches all the time, Marcellus. So we kind of take that approach, and it works really well for me for squat and deadlift now. So that was the approach on squats, which were great. And that's not our approach on deadlifts. We took 15 kilo jumps, and everything felt so easy. It was bizarre. Like, I have never been so calm before deadlifting, because deadlifting normally gives me the anxiety, not squat, because I'm used to not getting on my deadlifts. So I felt, first of all, peaceful AF. Okay. Number 2, I was playing like my favorite music, which would not help me before I squatted, because I was too busy panicking. hype music when I'm already panicking doesn't help me, so I played more calm music. But I was just playing Meg Thee Stallion. I was like dancing in the back. I'm trying to time my freaking life. When it was time for me to go, I felt like I could lift anything. Oh, and this is like on my first attempt. So when I moved the first attempt, I was like, oh, it's on. And my coach was like, and then we get the second attempt and it flew. He was like, we're going for top end. And he even said to me, I want to give you more. I know you can do more than that, but let's just hit what we talked about being our top end. Still a smart move to make. So I hit 451. It flew. I promise you I could have done 7.5 more kilos. I'm not even kidding, which is insane. I'm like, yo, like I may actually deadlift 500 pounds someday. Like not next meet, not nationals, but 500-pound deadlift was a dream that I kind of put to the side when I had a deadlift stall. And now I'm like, no, it's possible and we're going to do it someday. Probably 2024. That's my goal. But yeah, so they flew and it made the meet for me. That was a 10-kilo deadlift PR, guys. So overall, that was 2.5 all-time PR on squat and bench, 10-kilo all-time PR on meet day deadlift, 17.5-kilo total PR. So yes, obviously what I just said added up to 15 kilos, but as a total in a meet, my PR is 17.5 kilos, which was really big. And especially to leave that knowing that I have more in me to squat, I can bench press 208 at least, and I had way more in my deadlift. That was fantastic because now like it's on. Like I'm competing my next meet. Well, let me make sure I said everything about about Arnold's. Okay, that's everything. Oh, what? No. So, the goals I did not hit for Arnold's that I wanted to hit. So, number one, I really wanted the 500 dots. Y'all, do you know if I got that last bench, that would have been a 502 dots? Yeah. And even though my coach wanted to give me more kilos, it was smart that he didn't on the deadlift because if I had missed my last deadlift, I would have been devastated. And we really were testing out 15-kilo jumps. And it was just smart to go with what we talked about because it was a test. Like, I tend to fumble on deadlifts except for the last meet I did. Now it's the last 2 meets. So it was smart. And it's not like this is nationals. It's not, yes, it's Arnold. I want to place as high as possible. But really, I came into this meet not really caring about my placement, but caring about my performance only. Nationals is a whole different story. So that being said, I'm happy, but dang, yo, if I had done 2.5 more kilos on my deadlift, which you see I could have easily done, that would have been 500 dots. And I would have given me 4th place, and I would have beaten Daniela Mello, who got 4th on her last deadlift. I'm like, ugh. Now, not to say, because she deadlifted after me, she may have done more weight to beat me, but just knowing that, like, I was that close to Daniela Mello, someone who's ridiculously strong in the sport, is insane. So that was cool. And I'm not saying that was like, she didn't go all out. She did not go all out. I saw her squat. I'm like, could have done that for a triple. But still, good feeling. So yeah, that was the one goal. That was one goal I didn't hit. Second goal I didn't hit, I really wanted a minimum 407 squat. Minimum. So that, it's okay. I'm at least squatting the 400s. I mean, that was a big barrier to break for me. So I'm happy still, but that was a goal I had. Number 3, I really wanted that 208 bench. So, like, so badly. And it's still like, okay, we broke the barrier at 200 pounds, so I'm still happy. But it sucks to know that I could have hit that. And I barely missed it. We're going to work on my technique on bench press. Deadlifts, I have 0 complaints at all. I'm just so thankful to God that we figured it out and that all that persistency, training and being consistent, blah, 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 all the stuff I do to be the best athlete I can be is working out. And me and my coach, Brad, like, our communication has been a 10 out of 10 for the past, like, year and a half. He's really stepped up, like, me giving him more insight on how I feel, him adjusting the program more based off how I feel on a week-to-week basis, not like running it for a whole block or so. We do some things for a block or 2 just to see if it's working. But certain things, when I tell him, like, hey, this just isn't working. Like, I don't feel good. Example, like my day 2, when I was squatting before I deadlifted, I was like, yo, every time I deadlift, I feel fatigued. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing, guys. to feel fatigued for your deadlift, because in the meet you have to squat bench for your deadlift. That wasn't bad, but getting closer to meet that, I was like, listen, Brad, like, I think you need to move the squat before I deadlift, because I'm hitting 0 PRs. I feel fatigued every time. I remember I went for like an RPE 9 or RPE 8, I think, set of 4. And in the past, like years ago, like 2020, I remember I hit like 400 pounds and 405 for a set of 4, and I barely got 380. And I was like, I'm getting weaker. Like, we need to move my squat before I deadlift. I need to see if we take away the squat before I deadlift, can I at least get a PR that way? I think I was desperate for any sort of positivity in my deadlift. And so we moved it so that I was deadlifting first on my day 2. And we moved squats over. Yeah, we moved squats over. And all of a sudden, my deadlift started exploding. That's when I hit 440. I hit 440 twice. It was great. So we're still going to go with that same idea of me blunting my deadlift, essentially, by squatting before I deadlift. But when I get closer to my meet, like 6 to 8 weeks out, we remove the squat before I deadlift and really see what I can do. Because on meet day, it showed up so well. It felt like it was the first lift of the meet. It was bizarre. It was like, yo, I'm so energized, and I just squatted 402. So that's crazy. That's wild. All right, so that was enough rambling about what I'm going to do, or what we did to help my deadlift, and how it gave me the confidence and everything, and made it show up on meet day. Now, my next meet. So guys, for the first time since 2019, I believe, and I need to fact check that, but since 2019, I think, I am doing 3 meets in a year. I haven't done that in 3 years. I normally do 2 meets a year, and I thought that's what I needed because I was not seeing enough progress. But I'm doing Carolina Primetime because I was invited to do it, and all my friends are going to be there, and I want to have fun. Plus, it's nice that since I'm doing a 3rd meet for the year, one of those meets is not high intensity. I'm not sure exactly what my goals will be for Carolina Primetime. I'm already 12 weeks out. Yeah, I'm already 12 weeks out. I'm saying this today, March, today's the 13th, I think. So, yeah. And it's a quick turnaround. And then from there to Nationals is also a quick turnaround, because Carolina Primetime's in June, and then Nationals is September. So they're about 3-month turnarounds each. I doubt I'll go all out because I really want to prioritize Nationals. But I will say, we'll see what Coach lets me do. We'll see what happens when I close the meet day. We'll see what he lets me do. We're definitely going to try 208 bench press for sure. And we're definitely going to try to PR every lift. But it might just be like, okay, squatting 407 to 413. And hopefully I hit more than that in training. And we know that even though I hit more than that in training, we go for a lower number. And then deadlift is hard because now I want to see what the frick I can do. But I don't want to like kill myself. So that's TBD. Personally, I'll be really happy just to hit at least 463 and make it look easy. Like if I hit 463 and it looks easy, and I hit 208 bench minimum, it'd be great to hit more. But let's just count our blessings. And then we'd squat at least 413. Like, people will see, like, yeah, I'm squatting in the 4s now, like, officially, like, consistently. Like, my deadlift is just climbing up. Like, I want to go into Nationals this year, and people are like, oh, we have to actually watch for Solana. Now, last year, I got 11th place at Nationals. Now, I haven't placed that low. Never. Never. Yeah, my first Nationals was Junior Nationals. I got 2nd. That's how I went to Worlds, because first place aged out, so I was the next in line. And then, even when I did Nationals with a broken back in 2019, I got 5th. 2020 didn't happen. 2021, I got 5th again. Yeah, I got 5th again. And not a lot of people did 2021 Nationals, so I'll be blunt, like, it was a weird Nationals because COVID, so had more people been there, I would not have gotten 5th place. So I'm not saying I was strong enough to be top 5 in the weight class, to be honest with you, but when I look back, I kind of had this feeling of like, okay, you know what, it's okay, I got 11 because I'm Solana, I'm the live stream commentator, I'm Solana the coach, I'm Solana the referee, like, that's what I'm getting more known as. I'm Solana the podcaster. Podcasting, commentating, live streams, and if you're in Jersey, refereeing, that's what you know me as. People know I'm strong, but I'm definitely like, when people like point me out, they're not, yo, Solana, she's strong. It's like, yo, Solana, I heard you on a podcast. I heard you commentating, and I was like, you know what? I'm happy I can fall back on that, because I have way more roles in this sport than just being a competitor at a high level, even though I'm a pro. And that made me happy. But I'll be honest, like, especially at this meet, I have a fire underneath my ass that I haven't had in a while. And I'll be, like, being honest, like, I want this to be the year where I'm like, oh, that's Solana, the pro powerlifter, who's like really strong in the hardest weight class in USAPL, because I fully believe that 6'7.5" is the most competitive weight class in the USAPL. And if you look at statistics, you'll see that we had the most stacked people, like we do. Not to say other weight classes aren't stacked, but ours is the most stacked with the most amount of competition. So it means a lot to be top 10, which I'm not right now. And I really just want this to be the year where, like, I push myself and see how high I can place in Nats, and we'll just kind of see what happens. It's far away. I'm not gonna say much more than that. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna get this place and I'm the best. Like, no. And to be blunt, even if I train my butt off and I keep PRing stuff, I'm probably not gonna win, because I know who's in the weight class. But if I can be like higher ranked than I was last year at nationals, I'll be very happy. So that was a lot. I'm gonna end it here. This video, I hope it's not too choppy. I did not do the best job of making videos every single day, because once I got to Arnold's, I was working. Once I got to Arnold's, I was working and commentating a bunch of live streams and then trying to compete myself, etc. But hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, please subscribe if you haven't. If you did enjoy it, please press the like button, thumbs up, share it with a friend. Make sure you tune in to the Power and Lifting podcast, where I speak to female powerlifters who need a spotlight in the sport, and I teach on other things powerlifting related. And catch you next time.